Hey, this is Nate Lehman's number 3 informative speech, and this is my colorful audience. And this is my video cameraman, Michael Van Fleet. Alright, like I said, I'm Nathan Lehman, and today I'm going to be talking about the consequences of genetically modified foods. Here I have some visual aids for you guys. Here's a genetically modified apple, a couple cans of peaches, and Rotel tomatoes, and some wieners. Genetically modified foods are more common in America, and the reason that they're so common and they're just growing in popularity is because America desires efficiency over good health, and so that's why like the fast food industry is so successful, and that's why the genetically modified industries are gaining so much power. Despite warning signs increasing in popularity and they're accepted all over America, despite the warning signs, no one stops them. And today I will be touching up on what genetically modified foods are, what the health consequences of eating genetically modified foods are, and lastly, why it is an unethical practice altogether. Genetically modified foods are damaging to human health and part of an unethical practice in the United States. I'm going to start with a brief history and a description of what genetically modified foods are. Genetically modified foods were put on the market in the mid-1990s. There was very little known about them, and doctors and nutritionists were running tests on them, but they didn't get very far before they were put on the market, and then they just started spreading like a wildfire. They were made by injecting foods with genes that alter the DNA, and this can help improve shelf life. It can also improve the mix of nutrients and vitamins, and it acts as poison to bugs and other pests to ward off insects that could possibly destroy something like an apple when it's growing on a tree. And genetically modified foods are common for vegetables, fruits, meat, and dairy products. Genetically modified foods are, number one, they're harmful to your health, especially the digestive system. They've been known to contribute to stomach and colon cancer, and they're also known for destroying your immune system. The statistics show patterns of also them having an effect on reproductive systems, such as in females it can cause sterility and awkward infant birth rates, either way too low or way too high birth weights. And also, it's been very evident in like farmers' cattle. There's been several reports from farmers saying that genetically modified foods have had a negative impact on their cattle. And also, genetically modified foods have been known for contributing to abnormal cell growth in the digestive tract, which is why it's really damaging to the digestive system. And there's toxic chemicals in genetically modified foods. For example, Bt toxins is what they're called, and they're in tomatoes and other vegetables. And also, the last topic is allergic properties. A lot of genetically modified foods stimulate allergies with people, and so people with life-threatening allergies can be affected really bad by them because genetically modified industries aren't required to label their food. And so it's kind of like a surprise, and people could just break out into an allergic reaction after eating something. It's evident the health concerns, and also there are some economic concerns. Genetically modified producers, they make unethical decisions, and their practices are a little bit questionable. For example, the big business food industries put a lot of private farmers and other businesses out of business because they have so much power, and the reason they've been able to get so much power is because their system is so inefficient. Also, despite the lack of knowledge, genetically modified foods are welcomed, and they were never even hesitated before they were put into stock and put into the food cycle. And also the regulations are minimal on businesses, such as the big food industries. They don't have to label any of their products and stuff, and so this can be damaging to, for example, people who have life-threatening allergies. And then they also make no effort to warn the public about the health concerns that that experts have found about genetically modified foods. So I just think that people should know about the consequences of genetically modified foods before consuming them. And lastly, genetically modified foods are part of a phenomenon of unhealthy living in America. In this generation, the obesity rates have shot up, and no one is getting enough exercise, and everyone is eating too much, eating fast food, basically because efficiency has become the #1 priority in Americans' minds. The agriculture industry has become reliant on genetically modified foods, and despite the consequences and warnings from experts, food industries are still gaining power because of the efficiency. And America has to decide if health is more important than efficiency, and they must be aware of what the side effects of genetically modified foods are. Thank you.
Done?